All right, Tim. So we lost 2 games straight. Eagles. Tough matchups. Tough matchups. But we had chances to win.
Both winnable games, by far.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but our defense woke up. They've been playing good. Of course, I think, like I said, every team let some catches go. Every team. To hold those kind of teams to under 20 points?
You're supposed to win those games, flat out.
No doubt. And then you get into the debate of, is it Carson or is it him not having receivers? Is it our coach? Is it our offensive line? What's going on, Tim?
All right, well, my breakdown of it, it always starts at the head when it's this bad. It starts with coaching. I don't know if the Frank Wright, DiFilippo losses were that crucial to Carson's development. And I'll focus specifically on Carson because here's a guy who came into the league. He had those three quarterbacks around him all times, whispering in his ear, always telling him little things here and there about how to get better. You lose two of them. One is the head coach. Now, in Dougie's defense, there's only but so much the head coach can do because he has so many other things to worry about. Mm-hmm. He can't just focus on Carson. That being said, he is the offensive side. He is an offensive-minded guy. You would think that he would be able to put Carson in a better situation to succeed the same way he did with Foles. I always think back to when Carson got hurt. Dougie said, I'm going to go back and look at what made Foles really good. He went back, he saw the RPOs. He said, that's what worked with you. That's how we're going to move forward. Mm-hmm. And it was successful. And that gave you the hope that he could adjust to whoever was the quarterback. And I don't see that adjustment being made for Carson. So let's break this down, right? As a head coach. The New England Patriots are the #1 passing defense. And susceptible against the run. Like, the run defense is not that good.
You got to try to run against them.
And what does he do?
Pass the ball.
40-plus times. And I think you ran the ball under 25 times. That was against the Patriots. You do the same thing next week. Now, the Patriots game, you were depleted at receivers, right? You were missing Alshon. You were missing, D-Jack is always missed. Against the Seahawks, you even were missing Aguilar. And you still did the same thing. So to me, that's where the first problem is game planning. The second problem is Carson. And I told you this earlier in the season, right? Remember I said it early in the season. Early in games, Carson is not accurate. He gets more and more as he gets going, he gets a little bit more accurate. But early in games, he's not accurate. I don't know what the reason is, but now it's even more glaring. Like he completed 70% of his passes last week, but nobody would know because of how bad the passes he missed were. You know what I'm saying? You have a Miles Sanders in the flat 3 different times, and you pretty much like the first 2 you overthrow. The other one, you don't even go to him. I think he would have made that first down. I don't know if you remember the play. He had him in the flat. He didn't throw it to him. I think he ended up taking a sack on it. You throw it to him, you see what he can do. That's the plays that Tom Brady makes. Those are the plays that Aaron Rodgers makes. Throw it to your back. Let him get those yards for you.
Listen, man. Listen. I just want to say one thing about Carson Wentz. If you hold on to the ball that long, and you can hold on to the ball that long sometimes because the offensive line gives you that time, it better be a complete pass.
Now, did you see Dan Orlovsky's breakdown?
No.
Okay. Well, we're going to watch that after this episode. Listen, if you have not seen Dan Orlovsky's breakdown of the Eagles receivers and how they... Listen, he in the thing he says, don't...
So that was the thing when I first started. So do you blame Carson or do you blame Carson not having receivers? Because it's been that question for a while now.
So I think it doesn't have to be one or the other. I think it's both. I think that there are times where Carson needs receivers that know what they're doing, and that would help. But when they're open, you have to hit them, and that's when it's on Carson. You know what I'm saying? He has to hit the receiver when they're open. When Ertz is open, those 3 plays.
And on stride too. Like,
right. You know, even
because he threw it to him behind the back. You have to go back for the ball, and that was the difference between Nick Foles and him. Nick Foles led receivers. That was a big. I think I told you way back when, like, it's like a math thing. Like, Nick Foles throws the ball, and I'm gonna show the camera here like this, right? Carson Wentz throws the ball directly. And there's a difference because some receivers like that over the head pass. So you catch it and run. You could even play with the defender and slow down the defender and then go fast because the ball's still in the air.
You can, I hear what you're saying, but Carson throws good balls. Like, you got to think about it. Earlier in the season, people were dropping passes.
No, that's true because last week the Aguilar pass, I thought that was a great throw. Like, I thought that was a perfect place throw where Aguilar had to catch that ball. So I mean, there's times, but he doesn't throw down the field like that no more.
He can't
because and that's once again, is it the receivers or is it Carson Wentz?
But here's more to the point of what I'm saying. It starts at the top. Why is it that our receivers can't track the ball in the air? Why is it that Aguilar is still 6 years? Listen, I see guys every single week, rookies, looking up at the ball, tracking it while they're looking up at the ball. Why is it that our receivers and defensive backs can't do that?
Who's our how do you call them, the people that know the drafts and everybody, the
scouts?
Yeah, who are the scouts? Maybe we gotta start blaming them. Maybe we gotta start doing some things because this is ridiculous. We haven't. How about the other? What's the other receiver that we have? Like, what's he doing?
Whiteside.
Yeah. What's he doing? Like,
I mean, he made like 2 catches.
It's like what's going on?
But he was actually one of the main focuses. Listen, there was one pass, right? The play was for the receiver to run up a 6-yard button hook back to the the quarterback. First of all, he runs 5 yards. Second of all, when Carson throws the ball, Arcega-Whiteside hops to the left, out of the path of the ball. Like, I can't wait to show you these clips. You'll be like, oh my goodness. So in those situations, sometimes it is a receiver, but like I said, when Carson does, so let's say you're the quarterback and you're like, these guys never get open, but if for some chance they do, you're like, I'm gonna hit him. It's not like. At that point, you can't say it's not on Carson because he's hitting them when they are open. If they're not getting open, there's nothing he can do. But when they are open, sometimes he's not hitting them, and those are the ones that people I remember more than anything because it's like
because they're big plays also. That's what it is too. Like, and also look at these teams that we did it against. Like, we had a chance to beat these teams.
And listen,
like as many mistakes as we were making, Seahawks were making a lot of mistakes too.
Like that pass that Russell Wilson missed
to Carson or whatever his name
the tight end guy. I forget, whatever. Right over his head. The wind was blowing, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Right? Yeah. So it's the same thing with Carson. It's like, you got to make that, you're supposed to make that
But there's a difference. So the difference is they're an 8-2 team, and we're a team trying to get to the playoffs. So them making that mistake and them winning is a big difference when we're a team trying to make the playoffs and we missed that pass for a 3rd down. That was huge. So that's the difference. Yeah. And that does play like that. Unfortunately, and that's how it plays.
Yeah, it's definitely going to hit us harder and galvanize our team more. But
like, it sucks praying for New England to beat Cowboys. It does. I gotta say, I always like being the top team. I hate. Let me do this. We gotta do this. Let's be that top team.
No, I hear you on that. 100%. I'd rather be leading the race and seeing what people are doing, not having to really worry about it. But we're not in that position. The good thing is
we have a good 5 games ahead.
I'm an optimist. I think the teams we're playing are so bad, we have a shot. It's not that I think that our team is playing well enough to make a run. We could get to that point if we get healthy on offense. Let's say everybody comes back, and I don't know if you heard this. It's speculation that Alshon was healthy enough to play and just refused to play. I don't know if that's true.
And that goes back to, remember the Carson Wentz and Alshon? I don't know, man.
I said it as soon as I heard it. And when there's smoke, there's fire. Get him out of here. Howie should have traded him at the deadline. Go send him to Jacksonville. Like, seriously, I 100% believe he's the problem. And I'm not saying the sole problem, but I'm saying there's somebody in that locker room that's making it difficult for Carson to take the reins and is questioning and always has something sly to say under his breath. But you know what I mean? And I believe it's him. I do.
Okay.
I really do. So that's here and there. So let's say Alshon comes back and he decides to actually play. You know what I mean?
You know, they say sometimes winning cures all.
Winning does cure everything.
So the next 5 games are pretty easy. Starting off with the Dolphins. We're favored by 9.5. Does anything scare you?
No. I'm not worried at all. Now, if I watch the game on Sunday, like, honestly, I'm not even really worried about watching the game. I'm expecting it to be one of those where they're just so bad it's boring to watch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
In that situation, do you think the coach plays his players? Like, I don't think if Alshon is a little injury, he's gonna, against Miami, they're gonna.
Listen, if Dougie already said, guys got to play through injuries.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that was a direct shot at Alshon. What do you mean you're not gonna play? Well, you can play. The doctor said you good. I don't know everything. I'm just speculating a little bit.
There's always a question of injury.
I heard a rumor, but from my suspicions of him being a guy that preferred Nick Foles over Carson Wentz, and he's still holding on to that. I 100% believe that was directed at Alshon Jeffrey.
It does suck when there's a captain trying to become a captain and somebody challenging that captain all the time.
I don't know. So that's that. So back to what's the problem. So to me, it starts with coaching. You know what I mean? Then it starts with the court. Then it's the next person to blame is the quarterback. You know what I mean? Because even though you're not in a position, there are certain chances that you have to win games, and that you're missing when it's on you. So you have a lot of the blame as well. You're not playing up to the level that everybody expects you to play at. That's point blank. The next issue is just chemistry. That locker room, that year that we won the Super Bowl, everybody
was together. I was saying
never
this
heard
before.
anything, right?
It was beautiful. Look at the Super Bowl, like, after, like, look at the parade. Everybody was together, like, we were celebrating together.
I don't know, so something's going on in that locker room where they're not all together.
Mm-hmm.
And then fourth, injuries. Now here's the thing this just goes to show you how magical a run it was for us to win the Super Bowl. Every key player you can imagine pretty much got hurt that season. All the way up into our starting MVP caliber quarterback.
Oh my God, that year was, and that's what I miss so much. Like,
and we still overcame it, right?
Yeah.
So what does that do for the future? Oh, guys get hurt. It doesn't matter. Injuries matter in every sport, but especially football. If you cannot stay healthy, which is one of the reasons why Howie gets some of the blame, because you're supposed to be able to get younger. After the Super Bowl, you're not supposed to just sit on your hands and say, all right, we won the Super Bowl.
Speaking of that, my wife always sees Jason Peters going on my baby. This is a normal thing. And they talk about, don't they talk about it on TV like it's horrible. Like, oh, Jason Peters out the game. It's crucial. Like, I'm like, he's going to come back.
Listen, Jason Peters, Sproles, even Alshon is older in the tooth. Like guys like Kelsey, you're bringing all these guys back, and the only person that you snuff is Malcolm Jenkins, who is probably the best out of all that bunch. I don't know. So injuries, coupled with that's the last thing because everybody deals with injuries. But for us, I think that as a fan base, we expect the Eagles to overcome it because they did it and won the Super Bowl.
Is Jordan Howard playing this?
Doesn't look likely.
And
Shoulder.
what I liked is that we were finally doing what the fan base wanted. Howard won.
Yeah, no.
And Miles Sanders 1.5. Like, it was exactly what we've been. The first 4 weeks, if you've been listening to the show, we were saying that all the time. Like, Jordan Howard should be the power runner, first and second down. Miles Sanders should be the catcher, and just start doing that. And we were actually doing it and beating teams with it, and he goes out and injured. That was a huge injury.
Listen, beginning of the year, right? Think about last week. Beginning of the year, you thought you would have Jordan Howard.
We had
Alshon
too many.
Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, Nelson Aguilar just slot. Those were you were missing all 4 of those guys in your starting left tackle, and you were in the game. You got to find a way to pull those out, and that's the difference between.
That's a coaching thing right there.
It's coaching. You know what I mean? It's rough right now. Now you got to tip your head. These teams are good. They're both 8-2, 9-2 for a reason. Obviously, they know how to win close games, especially Seattle. That's what they've been doing all season long, winning close games. I think most of their games is like 8 or fewer points. So, the next 5 games, like you said, start with Miami. Then we have New York. Then Washington. Then it's the big Dallas game.
Big Dallas game.
So if you can, and we've all seen teams that look like crap all season long and turn it on right before the playoffs start and get hot in every single sport, but you see it in football too. Everybody, I think for us, I think the first team that always comes to mind is that Giants team. The year they, had Eli and they stunk and they went up there and beat the New England Patriots and stopped them from being undefeated at 19-0 and winning the Super Bowl. I don't think anybody thought that would happen, especially the way they were playing. So it can happen. It can happen if you come out here, you go up against Miami, you find, you get on the roll. Then you go up against New York, who's a tougher opponent. It's probably going to really try and win that game. You get going against them. Then you get Washington. They should be easy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're getting in the rhythm and everybody's feeling good and everybody's got that swag back that they had from you know what I mean? Like everybody's confident in picking each other up. At that point, you might be able to go and beat a Dallas team that, who knows, might have lost a game or two here, or I don't know what's going. Like they have their own problems.
They do.
Is Amari Cooper going to get paid? Is Dak going to get paid? What's Zeke doing even now that he has the money? You know what I mean? They got this young guy, Tony Pollard, who probably should get the ball. So they have their own problem too. Is Jason Garrett a good coach? You see, Jerry Jones is already saying
that he's unhappy,
frustrated, and they knew how to win basically, and we didn't.
And that kind of stuff usually leads to losses, which is happening to us right now, by the way.
Yeah.
So they are kind of in the same boat.
So it's not like Dallas is playing lights out.
No.
To the point where you're saying you can't catch them. So you have a chance.
And they play tomorrow.
Yeah, they
pay the Bills.
And the Bills, they're favored 6.5. We'll get into those Thursday games specifically.
Oh, but at 4:30 p.m. by the way, because it's in Mexico, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, it's the 1 o'clock game. It's 4:30, then it's 8:30, right? Something like that.
Oh, there's 2.
There's 3, right?
No, I don't know.
It should be three Thursday games.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, this is Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah. But
get into the Mike Vick comments.
So basically Mike Vick said Carson Wentz will fail in Philadelphia. I was looking for like the video or whatever. I didn't actually see it, but I don't even know how to preface it and what it even means. Like, what do you mean he's going to fail and why?
Yeah, why in Philadelphia?
I don't know, but it's just a bad look.
Especially Mike Vick, because he's like, Although he has a bad rep, he's loved in Philadelphia.
Just another person just taking a shot at Carson. And it's like, man, I tell you, man, I don't know. You know I like Carson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I criticize, I critique everybody the same. I don't care if I like you more than anybody else. If you mess up, you mess up. I just think that because Foles won that Super Bowl, he's always going to have to worry about that. Until he wins the Super Bowl, it's not going to matter what he does. He's going to win one, and I think he's going to win two. Because it's going to have to be like, you have to do better than Foles. And that's just always going to be in the back of his. I just always think that, and that might be what Vic was saying, I'm not sure. Like maybe he was saying like the pressure, that might be the reason he might need to go somewhere else, not have to worry about that. I mean, but really, he's our franchise quarterback. He is a franchise quarterback. He's not the sole problem where you're saying if we just had a better quarterback, we would be better. That's not the situation here, folks. Carson Wentz is the guy. You hope that things can get better. If you think that he's not, I just don't know what to tell you. Just give it time.
At least let's run the contract,
He's still a rather young quarterback. And let's see what you do if you can get him some actual decent weapons at receiver. Some young speedsters and not relying,
I say even do something like, listen, with God as emerged, let's try to trade Zach Ertz next year so we could get something back.
I would trade Zach Ertz.
You know what I mean? Tight ends usually start depleting. Goddard's doing pretty good.
So, that being said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow is Turkey Day.
Turkey Day.
I call it Turkey Day, Everybody, we have our reasons for not celebrating.
Thanksgiving.
Turkey Day. It's not things, whatever.
I don't celebrate the massacre. I celebrate what goes on in Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, man. I live in the future.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day. Whatever you want to call it. But for guys like us, it's beautiful.
There's food, there's games. Even in the dinner table, once the prayer's over, the TV goes up a little bit in volume so you can hear it in the background. It's just this whole atmosphere on Thanksgiving. It's the Christmas day of the NBA. Is the Thanksgiving of the NFL. It's the best games. Not the best games. They usually put games, but they're good, and they're good this year too.
It's football on a holiday.
Yeah.
This is beautiful, and you have a license to watch it while you eat.
Yeah, and it's not even if you can miss one game, you'll catch 3 more games later. It's nice. I love it.
What time does the first one start? 12:30?
I usually, let me say.
Yeah, usually around 12:30. The first game I think is the Bears and Lions. Of course, the Lions always play.
And then there's the Bills and Cowboys at 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
And Saints and Falcons. Is it 3 games? I think it's 3 games then.
Yeah, 3 games.
So Bills and Cowboys and Saints and Falcons.
So Tim's picks this week is going to be focused strictly on that game. I got one more game to get you on.
Okay.
So Bears and Lions. Bears -3.5. Now I don't think Matt Stafford is playing.
Then that's an easy one.
So you take the Bears at that point. Lions, even though their quarterback isn't playing as poorly as I thought he would.
It's still a difference, man.
And Mitch Trubisky is bad. I think that the Bears' defense is good enough to get the job done. So Tim's pick, that's going to be one of the picks.
This is the one I'm interested in hearing your thoughts. Bills and Cowboys. Dallas -6.5.
Now it's in Jerry World, right?
Uh-huh. We need them to do this so bad.
But will they? I don't think that they will lose. I really don't. But I don't think they'll cover the spread.
That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking
the
that
Bills with the points.
Yes.
Even push it up to 7, or even by a point. Push it to 7.5, just to, in case you think Dallas is a touchdown better. You know what I mean? You still get the win. So I would push that to 7.5 just to play it safe. think the Bills plus 7.5 won't
We
rule
need
the odds.
that loss, though.
I mean, hey,
As
I do.
Eagles fans, and this is what I'm talking about. I hate thinking like this, but
I hear what you're saying. Next is
Saints and Falcons.
Saints and Falcons.
-7 New Orleans.
-7 New Orleans.
And they're at Falcons.
Give me the Saints all day long.
Breeze back.
Not only that, didn't they beat them? Didn't the Falcons beat them?
Oh, I think they did, yeah.
Yeah.
Breeze
So
back.
Right, so it's a little bit of, okay.
Even though the Falcons defense has been playing well lately, too.
Yeah, but then
weirdly.
they gave up on them points to the Bucks. I mean, so I don't know what they are. You know, they might have just been a 2-game streak to see if they still had something left in the tank, and now they're like, let's pack it in again. Who knows what? They're not making the playoffs, so who knows? It's a divisional game.
And
But I
the
still
divisional
think the
game is about to see the upset. But, okay, I agree with you on these three. Good. I think we agree in these two splits, Tim.
And then the other game I would say throw in just as a bonus, Green Bay -6.5 against.
I hate those.
What is it? Who are they playing?
Giants, man.
Yeah.
I hate those kind of games. Like, remember when we were saying Patriots and Baltimore, and we're like, what? Why? This is one of them to me. So there I disagree with you. I'm like, that's so weird to me. Why Packers -6.5 against the Giants?
It should be.
How?
Well, I mean, we'll see.
It's a trick. So we're talking about one more thing that I definitely want to talk about. This MVP talk.